Hi, my name is Tomas Babu, and I am the HSC and Compliance Officer at Circle UK Group. We do basically risk management and security for our construction and infrastructure sites. Today, I'm going to talk to you about staying safe on shift and your responsibilities as a security officers. This is not just about the rules, it's just about making sure you go home safe at the end of every shift. Okay, by the end of this section, you will understand your legal responsibilities, know how to identify hazards and risks, learn how to carry out a dynamic risk assessment on your shift, understand risk like lawn working and manual handling, and also know how to report incidents and near misses happening on your site or your shift. This training is designed to help you stay safe and work confidently. In this slide, I'm going to explain you as a security officer, you have key responsibilities like you must take care of your own safety and protect others. And also the third thing is that follow site procedures and use your equipment correctly. And always report your hazards and incidents happening on your site to our control room or to HSC department as soon as possible. And the main thing about this slide is that you are the eyes and ears on site. What do you do matters. Okay, in the fourth slide, we can look into it, understand what is hazard. And what is a hazard means a hazard is anything that has the potential to cause harm. Okay, for example, wet floors, also broken pavement, aggressive individuals, poor lighting. These are the examples of hazard. And now we can look into it. Risk. Risk, what is risk? Risk is the chance or likelihood that hazard will cause harm and how serious that harm could be. For example, wet floor is a hazard there. So someone slipping and getting injured is the risk there. Okay, I know it will be make some confusion on it. So I will explain you in like a short form. Okay, a hazard is that something that can cause harm. A risk is the chance of that harm happening. Okay, we can look into it, the fifth slide of this presentation. What is near miss actually? A near miss is an unplanned event that didn't cause injury or a damage but had the potential to do so. Okay, for example, a security officer almost slips on a wet floor but regains balance. Okay, so in a short form, I will explain to you. A near miss is when something almost happens but it doesn't. Okay, for example, like I said before, you almost slip but you catch yourself. Okay, near miss are very important. They are like warning signs for us. If we report them early, we can prevent the real accidents. Okay, and also we can improve the safety of the site and we can protect our staff, visitors, and the clients, and anyone is on the site. We can protect them if we report them as up. As a security officer, you have a responsibility to report all near misses identified on site. I'll explain you in this slide also what is near miss. A near miss is an unplanned event that had the potential to cause injury, damage or loss but didn't result in harm, because it's very very important. As you are a security officer, it's your duty to report near miss to us. Okay, what is an example for this one? Loose or damaged fencing, faulty or inadequate lighting in the site, unsafe access or exit routes, aggressive behavior from an individual or from anyone on the site that was de-escalated or avoided. Why this matters? The next thing is that why this is so important, because why I'm forcing you to say this one in the next slide. So the reason is that reporting near miss is a key part of our risk management process, and it will help us prevent accidents before they occur. Okay. In the seventh slide, we are looking on reporting. Reporting means incident reporting. Okay, all incidents must be reported immediately to our circle control room, and this includes injuries, okay, and property damage, security breaches, dangerous situations, which are what happened on the site. Explain it clearly to our control room, and they will pass to our health and safety departments and operations team to act on it. Okay, don't ignore any type of incidents which are happened on the site. Don't ignore it, don't judge it, just only report it to our proper channel. So the thing is that some incidents must be reported under radar. So we will classify it, which one we need to take action on it. So must be reported, and this will prevent us from future accidents. Okay, in the eighth slide, why we need to manage health and safety in an organization. There are three reasons there. The main three reasons are there. One is the moral reason. Okay, health and safety is about protecting people. That includes you, your colleagues, visitors, uh, for example, the public, and no one should come to work get injured. It is also about creating a positive culture where everyone takes responsibility. And also, I can tell you one example. Something as simple as reporting a wet floor could prevent someone from getting seriously injured. Okay, and from employer perspective, every employer has a duty to protect employees, visitors, the public. No one should suffer injury or illness or harm because of the work activities. Another reasons to manage health and safety in an organization is legal reasons. So health and safety are also a legal requirement in the UK. So there are important laws such as Health and Safety at Work Act, Management of Health and Safety Regulations, READER. These laws require us to manage risk properly. If they are not followed properly, the consequence can be serious fines or legal actions, or in sometimes even in imprisonment in severe cases. So, this is not an optional, it's a legal duty for us to manage. Okay. The third reason is to manage health and safety in an organization is financial reasons. Okay, poor health and safety can cost a business a lot. If there is an accident happen, can lead to lost working time, compensation claims, higher insurance costs, damage to the reputation. In some cases, companies can even lose contracts. On the other hand, good safety improves productivity and trust and reduce accidents. So we can avoid the burden of accidents. In this slide, we need to look into it. As a security officer, you are constantly assessing the risk. So this is what basically called dynamic risk assessment. Okay, you should always ask yourself some questions. What could go wrong? Has anything changed? Is this still safe? And should I stop and report the issue? So, the key message of this slide is if something feels unsafe, stop and report it. Don't just follow routine, stay alert. Many security officers work alone, which increase the risk. Some of the main risks include violence or aggression, medical emergencies, injuries with no one nearby to help. Being alone means you need to be extra aware of. Okay, what are the lone working controls measures we already introduced in our company? So the control measures include regular welfare calls, check calls, and mobile patrol monitoring, body camera or radios in case of any emergency you can record it, access to emergency contacts are already mentioned in the assignment instruction of each specific site, and clear escalation procedures on the site, and never put yourself at risk. Observe it, report it. Okay, so your role, strongly I'm saying, is that never put yourself in a danger, and your role is to observe it and report it, not to take risk. Okay, in this slide, we need to understand what is slips and trips. Slips and trips are the one of the most common causes of workplace injuries, particularly in security environments where staff are constantly moving around the site. So, they often occur due to preventable hazards such as wet, contaminated or uneven surface, maybe because of poor lighting that reduce visibility, loose cables or trailing wires, maybe because of obstructions on the site, poor housekeeping, including clutter and unattended waste. These incidents can lead to serious injuries, including sprains, fractures, and lost time from work, all of which are unavoidable with proper control measures. Maintain good housekeeping is essential. Work areas should be kept clean, tidy, and free from hazards. Any risk identified must be reported immediately so they can be addressed before causing harm. Just as is the reporting of near miss. A near miss is an event that could have caused injury but did not. Reporting these help us identify hidden hazards, take corrective actions early, prevent future hazards and accidents. A strong reporting culture support legal compliance under Health and Safety at Work Act 1974 and help us protect both employees and the business. So the key message of this slide is spot it, report it, fix it, and before it became an accident. That's the only thing. Okay, in the 15th slide, we need to learn about manual handling. According to Manual Handling Operations Regulation 1992, require risk to be reduced. Okay, when lifting or moving any item, you must always think before act. The first thing you need to think, access the load. Check the weight, size and shape. If it's look too heavy, unstable or awkward, it is probably is. This helps prevent sudden strain or loss of control. Next, you need to plan your route. Make sure the path is clear of obstacles, slips or trip hazards, which you learned in the previous slide. Know exactly where you are going before you left. Okay, then use prepper technique. Keep your back straight, bend your knees, keep the load close to your body, and avoid twisting while lifting. This reduces the risk of musculoskeletal injuries. Finally, for help, if needed, use a colleague or a mechanical aid. if the load is too heavy or difficult to handle alone. There is no risk in asking for help, but there is a serious risk in it not doing so. In this slide, what my key message is that never try to prove your strength or rush the task. If a lift feels unsafe or stop, no task is worse than injury. What auditors and inspectors check on security side? Auditors and inspectors are not just reviewing always paperwork. They are always checking whether what is written is actually happening on site. Okay, the first thing is that officers understand the site risk. They always ask you guys the same questions like what are the main risks on this site? What would you do in an emergency? This confirms that the risk assessment, okay, which means RAMs, are understood and not just signed. Okay, in paper you signed it, but what you understand about the RAMs. So if officers didn't know this risk, the control measures are inactive or ineffective. The second thing is that assignment instructions are always followed. They check whether officers know their duties, follow site procedures, carried out patrols, checks, and reporting as required. So this means that assignment instructions are legal and contractual document. Not following them means service failure and compliance breach. Okay, the third thing is that incident reports are completed correctly. They review your incidents or occurrence books on the site. Even if digital reporting systems like C247, they will check. And the quality and the details of the reports. Always remember in your mind, reports must be accurate and timely, clear and factual. Poor reporting means risk not managed and no audit was conducted from us. Also, the fourth thing is that safety procedures are followed. They check real behavior, use of your PP, safe manual handling, lone working controls, emergency procedures. This ensures with Health and Safety at Work Act 97474 and Management of Health and Safety Regulations 1999. If procedures are not followed, the company is legally exposed. And also compliance with British Standards 10800, BS 7499 and SIS standards. They assess whether operations meet industry standards, risk management and service delivery according to BS 10800. According to BS 7499, static guarding and best practices. Guys, I will recommend you to follow that one because you have to read at least these standards and you always receiving trainings from SIA. So please make sure don't make mistakes on the site. It will be count on us. So the the key message for this slide is that it's not enough to have procedures. You must understand them and follow them every shift. Every shift technically is important for us. Okay, to finish, remember this safety is everyone's responsibility. Think before you act. Always follow your procedures on site. Report any hazards which you found on the site. Please report it. And importantly, if not safe, please don't do it. That's a key message of this presentation. Okay, the final thing is that what is PP? Personal protective equipment. Okay, which refers to any equipment or clothing worn by security officers to protect them from workplace hazards. that could cause injury or ill health. These include items such as high vest, safety footwear, gloves, body armor, and weather protection, similar like jackets. Okay, in the security industry, PPE is essential because officers often work in dynamic environments, including construction sites, retail parks, vacant properties, and during alone work situations where risk cannot be always eliminated. Under Personal Protective Equipment at Work Regulations 2022, employees have a legal duty to provide suitable PPE that is appropriate for risk identified in the risk assessment, fit for purpose, and correctly sized for individual. Ensure PPE is properly maintained, clean, stored, and correctively so it remains effective. Provide adequate training and instruction so the employees understand how to use, wear, and look after their PPE correctly. Replace PPE when necessary, including when it becomes damaged, wore it, or no longer provides adequate protection. Employees have the responsibility to use PPE as instructed, report defects, and do not misuse PPE. Effective PPE is the last line of defense. It does not replace risk assessment or control measures, but it helps reduce the impact of hazards where the risk cannot be fully eliminated. So guys, please always wear PPE on the site. It's mandatory. You have to wear it. In this slide, I'm going to explain you PP, protect you from hazards. Examples include high visibility clothing, safety footwear, body worn cameras. Always check your PP before use and report any damage. And also you have the responsibilities wear PP as instructed, inspect PP before use, report any damaged or missing PP, use PP only for its intended purpose. The important message of this slide is that PP is the last line of defense. Safe working comes first. Always remember, PP is the last line of defense. PP is used to reduce the risk of injury only after all control measures have been applied. It does not remove the hazard, it only protects you, the individual, from exposure. That is why should not be relied on as a primary control. Always follow the correct hierarchy. Safe system of work. These are the approved ways of carrying out tasks safely. They are designed to eliminate or reduce risk at source. And always follow assignment instruction. The site specific rules and operation procedures must always be followed. And these include emergency procedures, escalation routes, and client requirements. And they ensure the consistency and compliance with BS 7499 and client contracts, and always careful about risk assessment and must be followed on every shift. These identify hazards and define the control measures required. Staff must understand and follow them at all times and includes dynamic risk during your shift. And the key message for the staff, if you rely on PP, something has gone wrong. Safety starts with how you work, not what you wear. Thank you for watching the video. We appreciate your time and commitment to safety and professionalism. Stay safe, safe compliant, and safe alert. For updates, training, and guidance, please follow our Circle UK Group Facebook page and LinkedIn. Please share your feedback and comments. Wishing you continued success in the security industry. All regards from Circle UK Group. Thank you, guys.